So let's get straight into it. Let's start on the south coast. The sad news, of course, this week that Jack Wilshere will play no further part this season for Bournemouth. Bournemouth faced Middlesbrough. I think Bournemouth score goals at home. Josh King, he's got to be the value. He's edging towards, I said 2-3 years ago, that he's potentially a 20 goal a season Premier League striker, and I was laughed at. He's on, I think, 13, 14 goals. So he's still with 5 or 6 games to go, potentially could get there. I'm going to get him to get a little bit closer. Just the one goal for him this weekend down on the south coast. It's going to be Bournemouth 2, Middlesbrough 0, which will almost, again, you can just hear that nail going into that coffin for Middlesbrough. They just do not score enough goals. So Middlesbrough to lose 2-0 against Bournemouth. Josh King to get 1. And one of the central defenders, Steve Cook, getting forward. He's been known to get the odd goal now and again. So Bournemouth 2, Middlesbrough 0, with Josh King and Steve Cook getting the goals for the Cherries. Let's go up to Hull. Big weekend for them, big few days for them. And all of the teams like Middlesbrough and Sunderland down the bottom of the table. They face Watford at home at the KCOM Stadium. A very good job Marco Silva's done, but he still cannot drag his team away from that bottom 3 or 4 sides. They host Watford. Watford very good at home, been very consistent for the most part at home, not so great away. I'm going to give Hull the benefit of the doubt in this one. I'm going to go for Abel Hernandez. I'm going to go for Hull City 2, Watford 1. And that will alleviate some of the concerns and the nervousness and the edginess around the KCOM Stadium. Let's go down to South Wales, another side that's looking over their shoulder. I was asked a question the other day by a Hull fan. He said, you've had Swansea to stay up and Hull just to go down. And he said, well, why have you come to that logic when Hull City have beaten Swansea 3 times this season? They haven't got to play them again, though. It's got nothing to do with really their head-to-head against each other. It's got to do what points can you get on the board in those last 5 or 6 games. Beg, borrow, or steal points if you can. So Swansea for me, just and it could be Swansea or Hull. I think that Middlesbrough and Sunderland are down, by the way. That's fairly obvious. But for me, it's between Swansea and Hull. I know that West Ham, Crystal Palace, still very much in the shake-up as well. Let's go anyway to Swansea against Stoke City. I'm going to go for a point apiece. I think that Mark Hughes is under a great deal of pressure at Stoke City. I speak to lots of Stoke fans just up the road from where I am. I'm in South Staffordshire, there in North Staffordshire, of course. And after the initial he's taken over from Tony Pulis and he has to change the style, of course, with the likes of Arnautovic and Shaqiri, Crouch is still there, Shawcross. They've got some very good players, but they just haven't been getting the results. I think it's been very disappointing for Stoke City this season. So the last 2 or 3 games, I think that usually you get players either looking to play for new contracts, looking to get away, and managers will be reinforcing that point, and no more so than Mark Hughes, that maybe he's in a little bit of a fight to keep his job. So going down to relegation-threatened Swansea City, I think he'll dig in. I think it'll be a dogged, I have to be careful what I say there, a dogged performance by the Potters, and I think that they will get a point. Swansea City 1, Stoke City 1. Let's go for, it was a cracking goal from Shaqiri last week. I wonder if you can maybe back that one up. What odds have we got that on that? The odds collators at BoyleSports. And he's got to come good sooner or later in this run-in. Fernando Llorente for Swansea. What about down in East London? West Ham United against Everton. The Slaven Bilic derby, played for both, of course. Everton on fire, on flames. Romelu Lukaku scoring goals for fun. But I think West Ham United, 3 more points. They're virtually, they are there. And they can start to look forward to maybe getting into the top half of the table. So there's plenty for West Ham towards this end of the season to aim for. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. A Desmond, I'm going to call this one. I think that the likes of Andy Carroll will cause problems. AU maybe for value as well. Hasn't scored a lot of goals this season, so he'd be decent odds as a goal scorer with Carroll as well. And for Everton, don't look any further than Romelu Lukaku, and maybe again a Ross Barkley. Really stuck the two fingers up after some of the stories about him last week. Cracking goal. I'm going to go for West Ham United 2, Everton 2.